Alrighty guys, we are going to paint on a rock. I've always wanted to do rock painting, have never had an opportunity. Got a really nice flat, fat rock, about the size of my hand. It's a nice rock, like it. And we're going to use the paint markers I got from ZSCM, the acrylic paint markers that I did a swatching and unboxing on the last video. If you didn't see that, I will give you a quick little rundown of the different colors that came in this box. All sorts of good colors. So we have plenty of variety to choose from. Pardon me, my microphone just moved away from my face. Okay. I think I'm going to I was going to do a pattern, but I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Let me have a thought. I'm going to be inspired by my sunflowers that I did. That one or this one. I think I'm going to do one of these on here. So something like this. So let's start with the yellows. That's a yellow. No, that's a green. I just dumped them all in here. That's a light color, sort of a peachy color. That's good. There's this kind of, that flax color I think would be good. Here's a yellow. That's gold. That's gold. Okay, let's start with those. Theirs is a very bright yellow. I don't think I need the green just yet. But I'm going to start with these and just kind of go for it. What do I want in the middle? Let's try this color to start with. Make sure everything is nicely mixed. You can see through these barrels, which is nice, but you can also see that the paint just overnight separated back out. You can see the ball bearing in there. You can see the pump. So all you just have to do is just give it a good shake. Mix those pigments back up. That's all. So I think I'm just gonna use this as a quick guide. Use this one as sort of my little sketch marker. Just like that. Okay. That gives me an idea of where I want to put these petals. And in here, I think I want to go like this. I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple of good pumps, make sure I've got plenty of paint coming out. And then I have to remember that this is paint, so I surely shouldn't put my hand in it. Question is, do I want a background? Because if I do, I probably should paint it in first. And I think I should. So let me actually start with the blues. I want this blue and this blue-green, these two pastel ones. They're very cool colors. And I'm going to do them both kind of at the same time, I think. I want the lighter color in here where the petals are. Like that. I'll note that these paints aren't super opaque. They work really great on white paper, but it appears that on the rock they are not overly opaque. It's okay, just something to note. Now let's do the green, kind of turquoisey color. Get that color in there as well. And I may want to get a darker color in here as we'll see. I think maybe out on the edges I just may want a darker color. Let's see, in here I want a little bit lighter color just in case where my petals are they don't go all the way to the background. We want to have some background in there and something like this. The likelihood of it not being covered is slim. It'll probably get covered with the next layer of petals, but that's okay. I will at least have some sort of background in here. This experience is teaching me that that for rock painting, I may want to put down a base layer of acrylic paint first because it's just kind of sucking up into the rock. Let's try a little bit of this color as well. I want to kind of blend that in a little. So I may grab my paintbrushes and use this as a vehicle to get the paint down on the rock, and then a brush to kind of smear it about a bit. I think I may do that. A brush with a little bit of water in a cup. A smallish brush, maybe this size. That's a good size. Pour a little water in here. Can I get that out this way? A little bit. Oh, goodness sakes. I've just made a mess of water everywhere. Good thing you guys couldn't see that. That's just a mess. Kind of blend that around a little. And I may end up having to use my hairdryer to dry this stuff off. That also wasn't quite in my plan, but I like that turquoise. That's pretty. That makes a nice background. Now I just need to keep my hand out of it. Rinse that around a little bit in that cup. Get a piece of paper towel to dry off this mess I have all over my desk. Oh my gosh, I did just make a mess everywhere. Oh well, such is life. Okay, so then let's do some yellow. Like so. I don't mind if I leave a little bit of rock texture in there. It's just good to know that these aren't going to be super opaque. Like the box from these pens shows it super thick and opaque like that. Yeah, that took multiple layers or a primed surface. Now, it could be that they just sprayed the rocks with a clear coat to get that sort of look, which is also probably a possibility. But I just want to let you guys know that it is not as opaque as you might think on this surface. Because I kind of expected a little bit more opaque. It's not bad though. But then again, I've never painted rocks before. I've painted all sorts of other things, but never rocks. So I'm not exactly sure what I was expecting. Just giving it a little glow in the middle here. Like that. And then I think I want the next deeper color. I think I need a darker color for this part. But that's okay. I'm going to just use this as sort of a thought, a beginning, an underlayer, like that. And then let's do orangey. Decide what colors I want. Problem with these pens is because they didn't have any color names or numbers on them. Once I've put them just in a box, loose and out of their trays, I don't know which one's which is a problem, but I really didn't want to leave them in their trays. I just didn't. So I'm going to just take a wild guess. Luckily, the paints and the barrels are similar. You can really kind of tell what colors things are based on that. So, do I want that color or do I want this one? Trying to decide what colors I want, because I have in this one I have a lot of, that's a good color. That is also a good color. Do I have this sort of brown? Kind of. I definitely have an orange. Okay, so let's do these and just see what I come up with here. I want an orangey color as the this side of those petals. Kind of come upward from the bottom like that. And a little bit up in the center, because we want to have all the colors in the middle. Something like this. And then these background petals, I'm going to make them more of an orangey reddy color. Like that. Oh, I'm happier with that color. And I don't mind that they're kind of blending. That's fine. That color and maybe this kind of pinky color as well. Maybe on this side. I'm happy with those. I think I want a brown down in here. All the way around the edge. Something like this. Okay. Happy with that as well. Now's the time to add that purple and the light. Do think I may need to use my hair dryer and dry this off. Something like that. It definitely needs the purple. Either this purple or this purple. Which purple does it need? I don't know. What was that? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need my hair dryer. It's amazing how the purple just does something between the purple and the yellow. It's great to use the purple as a shadow instead of black or brown. Love it. Love it. And I'm very loose. You'll notice. Not being precious about the colors. I'm being very, very loose. Just like that. Let's try both purples. Try both purples and see how they look different. That's a much deeper purple than the other one. More opaque. This must be the classic one. The other one I think was the metallic or glittery one. I like that. I like what that's done. Okay. Throw all these pens back in. What do I do with the little black one and the little white one? There. Okay. Alrighty. I think I'm going to dry this little guy off. So, I'm going to grab my hair dryer, and then I may turn you guys off with the microphone just for a second so you don't have to hear the hair dryer in full force. Let me unplug something so I can plug that in. Best thing I ever did when I made this studio was to have plugs on every wall, and they're not down on the floor. They're like at 3 feet high, 3.5 feet high. Best thing I ever did, just above the height of my work surface. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to turn off the microphone so it's going to get really quiet, and then I'm going to dry this up real quick. Okay, hopefully you guys are back. I've never done that before and paused the microphone, and I'm so worried that you guys disappear. But I think you're still there, I hope. So I've dried it off. It's still a little tiny bit tacky and wet, but it's better. And then I'm going to just use the thin one that they gave And I'm going to do like I did here, where I just draw on top with some accent. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to start here. Like this. And I'm going to give some sort of thing in here. I'm not sure what I want to do. I do kind of like this one, so maybe I'll do something like that. Of course, drawing on a textured surface is not like drawing on paper, so you do have to give yourself some grace and say, you know, if my pen goes somewhere where I'm not expecting it to because of the bump in a surface, don't get all worried about it. Be loose. Just let it flow. It's all right. Something like that. Can you guys even see that? Here, let me zoom you in a bit. I'm doing some circles around there. And then maybe another row of straight. Like so. And then to make sure I get a nice shape that really makes that look roundy, make sure I've got that type of a grid on it. That automatically gives it a roundy shape. And I do like it with this Bales pattern in there. So just like I did with this one. So what I'm doing here is just not as crisp and clean. These are really working quite well. This thin one is especially working well. I'm quite pleased with it. Okay, so there's the middle of that. I may come back and put a little bit of white highlights. Just like that. Just give it a little bit of something, something. Ooh, that one got a little away from me. Mostly because I didn't move my rock. Make sure you move your surface closer to your hand so you don't do what I just did there and make it go way out of the lines. But I'm not going to try to fix it, because if I try to fix it, it will look even worse. I'll just go ahead and make another loose line on the other ones. Like that. There we go. Now it looks like I did that on purpose, because I put other loose lines around. Just because this is a hard surface to draw on. See, I just make an extra line out there in the sky for other ones. And now that one matches. Just like so. I missed one down here. Like that. Good enough. I want to put some white on there for like accents. And I do want more of these these middle bits. Whatever they are. Little folds in the flower. I don't know what that is, but I want that. And then I want some white. And let's see if this will do what I want. Yeah. Some really bright highlights. Just like that. And in here. And give those little seed bits a highlight. Like that. Just not a lot, just enough to kind of give it some life. Got all sorts of fun colors in there. Okay, and now I want to put a sentiment. And that's a little, I don't want to put my hand over that. Let's see. But I don't want to draw upside down either. Let me just put a piece of paper over the top of this so I don't put my hand in it. And I'm going to write try that. There we go. Be kind. I think once it's fully dry, I'm going to give it a spritz of clear spray paint just so that when I put it out in the garden, it doesn't fade away to nothing. Well, it'll still fade away to nothing, but give it a little protection at least for a little while. But that came out cute. I like it. These worked really well. Like I said, I think if I do another rock, I'm going to prime it with a layer of some sort of paint or a clear spray paint just so that the pens go on better and don't just suck right into the porosity of the rock. That I think is a surface and texture thing more than a pen thing. If you guys decide you want to purchase these pens, you can get 10% off your order by going to zscm.com/disc/discount/Dawn for 10% off. The link will also be in the description box below, but I know some people are watching on a device where they can't get to the link. So there it is, in case you want to write it down and type it in directly. And that's it. I want to thank ZSCM for sending these pens to me. Like I said, Other than the discount code, I get no other thing other than some free pens. So there's that. Sort of sponsored, not sponsored. I guess it's sponsored. I guess technically it's sponsored, but I'm not being paid to do this. They just asked for my honest opinion, and I wanted to do a video using their product. So there it is. Take it for what it's worth. I enjoyed myself. You guys have a great day. I will be back on the next video doing something with one of the other pens that they sent to me. Yeah, that's it for today. You guys go out and do something nice for somebody today. Be kind to one another, and that's it. Just be kind. See you guys later. Bye-bye.